have anywhere between 3 days to 7 days workshops when students and participants, and not only architecture students but students from various fields come. Through this process, we are also looking at grooming our own masons. So this is a joinery workshop that happens in this particular studio. We are building a traditional wood joinery, wood and bamboo, hopefully joinery library, so that people can experiment with the library, and that is already a process in making. Yeah, various things, various artisans get collaborated in the whole process. So this structure, though the construction is extremely slow because it's done by students who don't have that much stamina, but it's a ongoing process which a lot of us enjoy. And various workshops happen throughout, like through that structure. Now this is not from that structure, but if we invite students even on our projects where they can do cob, brickwork, whatever is there. So this again an image of a cob wall. And the entire process is not just about learning how to build with natural materials, but also the lifestyle. So we have extended discussions in the night with the student about the lifestyle. We invite many times villagers to talk about it, and we have music sometimes, and it's a very nice atmosphere to be. This is something that we as students were exposed only through one elective, but we are trying to expose as many students as possible. We are a complete open book. I think whatever technical information anybody expects to be given, we can give. People come to us as volunteers sometimes to work on certain projects. That is also open. I will now give it. This is our second mode of practice, which is practice with students and practice with a lot of education community. I wouldn't call it students, because a lot of time even people who are not students but want to learn do come. So I would open the discussion again with Deolgaonkar sir. Sir, तुम्ही बोलू शकता का थोडंसं?
हा, शार्दूल आणि प्रतीक विनेता यांनी पुढचा टप्पा त्याच्यामध्ये सांगितला, आणि त्यामध्ये परत लक्षात आलं वास्तुकलेच्या सगळ्या महत्वाच्या गोष्टी तुम्ही घेतच आहात, पण त्याबरोबर जे तुम्ही स्वतः त्या भागामध्ये काय पद्धतीनं फुलत चाललेला आहात. आता शेतीच्या दृष्टीनं अतिशय महत्वाची गोष्ट बियाणांची बँक, सीड बँक ही आहे, ज्यामुळे तो भाग, स्थानिकता ही अधिक स्वावलंबी होईल. हे फार महत्वाचं आहे. म्हणजे त्यांचा शेतीतला खर्च कमी करण्यासाठी हे जे तुम्ही अनेक इनपुट्स देतात, माझ्या लक्षात येत आहे की दोन्ही तुमच्या प्रेझेंटेशन मधनं, की तुम्ही केवळ तिथं घराच्या बांधणी संबंधी, घराच्या डिझाईन संबंधी काम करत नाही आहात, त्याच्याबरोबर त्यांचं सार्वजनिक आयुष्य, सामूहिक आयुष्य, श्रमदान, त्यांच्यातली मूल्यवृद्धी, कौशल्यवृद्धी, अशा अनेक गोष्टी त्यांच्यातून घेऊन त्यांच्यासोबत राहून त्यामध्ये जी भर घालत चाललेला आहात ती अतिशय विलक्षण मला वाटते. आणि जंगल संवर्धन करणं, त्यातूनच तुम्ही त्यांच्याकडे जे आहे तेच विनिमयाचं, एक्सचेंजचं साधन म्हणून वापरणं, ही फारच विलक्षण कल्पकता आहे. आणि त्यामुळे तुमच्यातून जी एक वेगळी समाजाभिमुखता दिसते, हा शब्द फार गुळगुळीत आहे खरं तर, पण त्याला काही दुसरा शब्द चांगला सापडत नाहीये. तुम्ही तिथं राहून पाय रोवून जे काही करत आहात ते खरोखरच मला फार उल्लेखनीय वाटतंय.
त्याच्यासाठी एक म्हणजे मी जस्ट हे करेन, ऍड करेन अगेन, सम एन्झायटी दॅट वी ऑल हॅव इज दॅट की म्हणजे आता हे बरेच स्टुडंट्स येऊन जातात आणि किती पुढे नेतील, कारण वी सी लाईक आय सेड लॉट ऑफ नीड इन द रुरल एरिया और रुरल इंडिया. आता जस्ट सुलक्षणा मॅडम आय थिंक बोलत होत्या अबाउट कसा महाराष्ट्रामध्ये प्लॅनिंग हे पडलेलं आहे, और महाराष्ट्र has fallen flat, which is very true. We have fallen flat. That's because we don't have good professionals or technicians in the construction field going in the rural sector. And that is where our India is even today, as we say that we are going to be smart cities or whatever, but nobody's talking about smart villages, or rather whenever smart villages are spoken about, it's about being providing a village with Wi-Fi, which is not what it should be according to us, because the villages are in a terrible state. And we just hope that through these workshops, at least if everyone starts taking accountability of their native village, or their, or any village that they feel connected to, it will be a great thing. So this is what the intention of the workshops is. Pratik, तुला काही add करायचंय का before we go
No,
to
no,
the
we'll
next one?
proceed now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is taking ahead from our last queue, where Atul sir mentioned where there is no doctor. And this project came to us from a doctor in a village where there was no doctor. And very interesting project. And all the stakeholders of the project are in the presentation. I'm very happy to say that. Except, yes, the village is not there, but all the people, except for the village who contributed towards it, are present. So I will just so this was the site. This was my day one on site. And when I visited, so the client is Madhav Rege. He is there in the presentation as well. We will ask him to speak. So he sent us on site, and this was the site, how it looked. You will see that, there is a lot of soil erosion. There is every rainfall, rainy season, I think 3 centimeters of soil would get washed away. The earlier the contractor or whoever that was had done a lot of cut and fill on the site for whatever reason that he had, because of which not a single blade would grow. The moment I returned from this site visit, I called up Rege sir and I told him that, Doctor, इकडे काहीच उगणार नाही. We will have to wait for a couple of years so that the biomass is built, and we will have ample amount of biomass for us to work comfortably over here, because एकदम रखरखीत जागा होती. And he said, no, करून तर बघूया. But as a step, because of his प्रोत्साहन म्हणता येईल किंवा काही म्हणता येईल, encouragement, we started doing one by one things, and taking steps. So the first step was that we needed to obstruct soil erosion. And because of which there was a retention wall that was going to come into the picture. There was a lot of soil stabilization that was going to come into the picture. So we decided that, okay, retention wall तर येणारच आहे. And another thing about the site is that it's a very small plot. It's a 10 gunta, 11 gunta, something, I don't remember now. It's 10 or 11 gunta plot. And we had to do a retention wall over there, and a lot of the plot was heavily sloping, except the ground part that you see, which is around 5 guntas, which is a flat land. So instead of building on the flat land, what we decided was, because on the slope nothing much would grow, so we decided to put a retention wall there and build a house which was on the retention wall. The retention wall became the foundation, because around the retention wall nothing would grow. And I had put 3 models in front of doctor, and he had selected that because there was very small land and he wanted to use as much as possible for nature conservation. The rest soil stabilization happened through native trees. We planted a lot of tur so that its roots hinder soil erosion. And we planted, before even we started construction, we kind of planted a lot of things around on the boundaries, a mix of timber plants and fruiting plants, and plants like bakul, which attracted a lot of birds, and grasses. And also there has been a constant, like apart from the bottom few guntas, a constant effort into planting native millets, which one could eat also, and one also play host to a lot of birds. So the house construction kind of started. The retention wall now is kind of not visible, but you can see the trees that we slowly were planting. That's when Jayant Kulkarni came in from the design stage, where he suggested some earthquake bands to be added. We got the roof cross check from him, because it was a peculiar roof, because we were building a house which was on 2 levels and we wanted to cover it with one single roof. So he also assessed the roof and assessed the cantilever. We had done again one experiment over there which he kind of assessed. कुलकर्णी सर, तुम्हाला ऍड करायचं असेल ह्याच्यात तर अजून ऍड करू शकता.
हा, या घरामध्ये माझी आणखीन विशेष इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट अशी होती की तो जसं म्हणलं ना की विलेज वेल इज नो डॉक्टर, पण या घरामध्ये माझा डॉक्टर राहणार होता आणि त्याला काही इजा पोचू नये या प्रेमापोटी मी म्हणजे सगळं असेसमेंट डिझाईन मी चेक करतो. त्याचे 1-2 लेवल्स आम्ही शिकलो. earthquake band at plains level as well as top level. It was against their principle to use cement and steel, पण म्हटलं एवढं तरी कमीत कमी राहू द्या, कारण समजा माझं तिकडे राहायला गेलं आणि earthquake आला असं नको व्हायला. आणि सेकंड इज रूफ, की रूफला असा प्रॉब्लेम असतो की बऱ्याच वेळा कुठल्याही वादळामध्ये सायक्लोनचे घराची छप्पर उडून जातात. नॉट दॅट वी हॅड डन अ मॉडेल अनालिसिस, but we have seen to it की all the supports are properly anchored in the main building. आणि एस्पेशली ज्याच्यात आता नीट फोटो क्लिअर नाही, पण एक पर्टिक्युलर पार्ट कॅन्टिलेवर होता आणि त्याला पुरेसा टायबॅक आणि लोड पाठीमागे होतं, तर त्याच्यासाठी एक विशिष्ट अरेंजमेंट केली. हे सगळं चेकिंग माझा कलिग परोळेकर यांनी सगळं केलं होतं आणि याप्रमाणे सगळं ते एक्झिक्यूट झालं सुद्धा. आणि फॉर्च्युनेटली यांना आता परवा जे मोठं वादळ झालं त्याच्यामध्ये या घराला काही झालं नाही. हा आमचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन आहे का त्याचं लोकेशनचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन आहे मला माहित नाही, कारण इट इज प्रोटेक्टेड बाय सॉर्ट ऑफ अ स्लोप ऑन वन साइड. हा, शार्दुल, प्लीज गो अहेड.
Yes, so again, materials used were mud from the neighboring village, bricks from the neighboring village, stone also neighboring village. I think stone came from that village only, and bamboo. And for door windows, again here specifically, I wanted to try and use wood very judiciously. I used very judicious members so that the windows are made from wood that would otherwise go waste. सागाचं चांगलं लाकूड just because size नसते म्हणून waste केलं जातं बरेचदा. So that is the wood that we used, and we reinforced it with bamboo. So that, and mangalore tiles, and the wood for the roof is out of various kinds of wood which are local wood, again not teak. This is something that we believe in. We believe not in uh, using only one species, because tribals used various species for various purposes. Post, they would use a different species. For wall plates, they would use different species of wood. For battens, they would use different species. असे 8 ते 9 प्रकारची लाकडं वापरल्यामुळे एका स्पीशीज वर कधी जंगलात प्रेशर येत नाही आणि आपल्याला तेवढी 8 ते 9 लाकडं परत लावायची संधी मिळते. We get a chance to plant those many trees because those trees are being used. So that is what we believe in also. So this is how the house looked 1 year after completion, the property. If I compare it to what we saw, what dangerous picture, this was much better. It was a surprise, and the land keeps surprising us. The next photo is the second year, and slowly now the house is being taken over by the biodiversity that is growing. Obviously a lot of effort goes to Rege sir and Anil Patil, who lives nearby, and also meticulously planning of the entire property by both of these people. And yeah, so right from soil conservation to water. So we also, Rege sir was very peculiar that we have to do rainwater harvesting. So the borewell over here is actually a percolation pit where all the water goes. We had troubles with it for the first 2 years, but now I think it is working very well. So these are some interior photos. The internal plaster is mud and cow dung and lime. In some areas, doctor wanted tiles because very difficult to maintain cow dung, but veranda where he would invite people. Another thing that I would take where there is no doctor, so whenever he would come on site to even see the house, there would be a line of patients from the village, and I think that is where this veranda comes into the picture, where he could invite these patients to check them. So yes, so in the image on the right, probably you can see the retention wall in small bits. But that retention wall is where the design started from, and that is what kind of is the feature, at least on the ground floor of the structure. This is another feature wall that is there. Yeah, so you can see the retention wall here in this particular image, where it kind of is the dominating feature inside the main living space. So majority of the openings are to the northeast, because that's where the minimum sun would come. The south and the southwest have a bathroom and this wall. So the living room is actually shaded by mud on one side, because behind the retention wall there is mud. The large opening is to the northeast, and hello,
our Indian, South Asian, they were
and
living in appalling conditions
कोणाचं तरी
over there,
unmute
and they
झालंय.
all went on revolt. And she finally said, that's not my business.
Somebody
that's the
has
business of the government or the
Hitali, please mute the
that's
participant.
where I disagree. It is our business. It is our business to ensure that a project evolves in a
I think
particular
she
way,
has to be
that there's a
told
standard
to-
being set. I'm not saying that we are creating luxurious apartments for our neighbors.
Hitali, you can
It's a
mute
long, long way
the
to go.
participant, no, please.
But there has to be a personal commitment right from now. Every single.
Yeah, thank you, Tali. So yeah, majority of the furniture is inbuilt, right from the dining table to the seating in the living room, and it's a very small house. It's 900 square feet built up, and it's a climate responsive and climate resilient house. It's cool in the summer and hopefully enjoyable. Doctor will speak about it. This is the kitchen. This is the dining. The window itself becomes a dining. That's why I say the dining is also inbuilt. A lot of the natural light from the roof comes into the structure, so that during the day at least you don't have to switch on a light. And this is the third realm of our practice, which is basically dealing with clients who want to build sustainable homes in the village. This is this is what balances the scale when we are working with community structures. We also get a lot of projects like this where people are really enthusiastic about building homes in the village, and we work as a normal architectural practice with this, but at the same time engaging the village. So almost all the labor except for the labor of the roof, but labor of the roof also came from our village. All the labor came from the village, material came from the village. We kind of had a lot of discussions while planning with the villagers about what to do, what not to do. They were for some things, they were not for some things, but we kind of negotiated with the Mestri and everybody that was there in the process. So it was also an enjoyable process, and of course the client was a big part of it. So I would hand over to Rege sir. I hope he's still there in the presentation, and talk about the presentation a little bit more, about the project a little bit more. Hello?
I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, right. I'm unable to start my video somehow. But okay, so I'll give you a little bit of background. The background is like this. I am a family physician, and I also am an industrial physician where I work with chemicals, and my main income comes from sustainability. So I have been working on sustainability, and down the line I realized that whatever I'm doing is not sustainable. So I decided to think about building a house. Now every Mumbaiker destroys the nature when he's in Mumbai earning money and tries to build a second home where he wants to go close to the nature. So then I was also in the similar category. I just wanted to have a second home where I could go in the evening and enjoy. Then when I bought this plot, I asked my wife as to what we are going to do. They said, why didn't you speak to Jayant? Then I spoke to Jayant, and Jayant said, okay, you want a different kind of house? I'll introduce you to someone else. So he introduced me to Design Jatra. So what I said, so Design Jatra happened to me. Why am I saying this? Because Jayant said, okay, you want to meet these guys, but they have to like you. But that zapped me, I have never seen an architect who has to like me. I have to like the architect. And then we met, and Shardul and all, we had a long discussion, and Shardul put forward a lot of conditions. As we are not going to destroy the nature, we are not going to use the cement, we are going to build a low energy house, we are going to maintain the contours. I only knew about architects who get your plans approved, and the architects never come to site later. This is what our experience has been so far. Now, here this architect Shardul sat through the project and saw that our dream, I call it, he's like my son, so our dream is really brought to shape. So this is what I did. Then we discussed everything. So there was a long discussion how we are going to do. Then the best condition was, doctor, you have to contribute to building the wall. एक तो दीवार आपको बनाना पड़ेगा, उसमें आपको कुछ काम करना पड़ेगा, आप हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे तो हम नहीं काम करेंगे. Because I had to learn. Then I also started sitting through the process, how the mortar is made, how the walls are built. And one has to know that this is not fast process. It's a very slow process. And you have to invest time in it. But once it happens, it happens. So the process started like that. And I started learning more and more about nature. And then my whole view changed. I said, this is sustainability. And then it was not only the house. We built the surrounding. Shardul promised me that, okay, we will grow whatever lasts for you for the year. And believe me, today I'm eating my own Indian millet nachni throughout the year. I eat my own haldi, I eat my own tur, and I also own a good house. Now, initially there were a few questions. I asked him, oh, they sap bhi pani pali bili aate nahi, because our kids were scared of this kind of thing. The modern kids are scared of lizards and scared of snakes and this. So he told me, don't build a house there. If you are scared of snakes and insects, only you have to love them, let them come in. And we're going to build a house which is not different from nature. We're going to build nature. So that is what we have exactly done. We never looked at the cost. I'm not going to tell you what the cost is. The second question was whether the house is sturdy, whether it will fall, because I have never seen a house made out of mud. We talk, when I built my own house here in Thane, Jayan told me we have built it to last 8 Richter earthquake. So that was something I said, hey, my own house is 8 Richter, so how is this going to stand an earthquake? But my wife also asked me a question, if you have a house which withstands earthquakes, if everybody else dies, what will you do? If the earthquake kills everyone else, what are you going to do? So you don't need a house which lasts all earthquakes. You need a house which lasts your life. So it changed my view completely. Then I started more on learning on nature, and you cannot separate it from the house. So you have to look at the surroundings. I invite all of you to visit my house, and it is a completely changed thing. We have put a lot of trees. All the trees are Indian. I have not put a single decorative tree. So we have put everything which is now, as he was saying, helping the biodiversity. And there was insistence on local produce. As I said, biyana, आपली जी स्थानिक बियाणं आहे. Because gradually, I also experimented. On the sly, I tried to put few other seeds. But whatever is suitable to the local atmospheric condition alone will last and will give you produce. So you have to go local and you have to use local material because that matches with the surroundings. The house which was built out of mud, believe me, has lasted 2 storms. The last one which crossed Alibag and Pain almost destroyed Alibag and Pain. There was no electricity for a month. A lot of houses got damaged. I lost only one roof tile, which was replaced. So the house stands there. There was no structural damage. Secondly, as Shardul was telling us, that it is something which keeps you warm in winter and it keeps you cold in summer, which is amazing. I don't know how it works, but it works. And then when you go there, you get that smell of nature. We are now living with birds. We are living with insects. We are living with reptiles, and nobody harms each other. So we are all in unison with each other. And I think I'm grateful to Shardul because I still keep on interacting with him whenever I do something, plant or try a new experiment. I am very sensitive to water needs. So I want to conserve every drop of water, which is what we are doing. And I would like to share that I have bought another plot adjacent again where I'm going to do restoration, because the developer, so to say, the developer had completely developed the plot by making the contours to his liking. He had scraped off the top layer, but luckily I could grow trees from day one. Today I eat the mangoes which grow on my trees and everything you would love to see. So believe me, this is a way of life. It's not just a house. If you just want to build a house, you can do it as well in Mumbai. Don't do it. But if you go out, please don't destroy nature. And we never change the contours. Whatever available contours were there, we used. And why this design jatra? These guys are too damn innocent, believe me. There was a time when Shardul came, sir, वो एक wall का problem हो गया है, वो पूरा तोड़ के नया बनाना पड़ेगा. So I kept quiet. And then said, no, we'll bear the cost for it. I was shocked. I said, this is something I've never heard. So he did it, and we got together so well that he's part of my family, and it's the villagers also are now coming to me for treatment, of course, which is free. And I think this is something. This is a kind of a movement which we have to participate if you want to be alive. If you want there to be enough oxygen, we have to give up our ways of destroying nature, and we have to do something which goes and matches with nature. So I wish Design Jatra, they don't take too many projects. I try to give them projects. What he says is, nahi, ami charat project घेतो वर्षाला. So that is how, it goes. So I want these kind of movements to grow, and I hope Shardul's team and Prateek's team grows. I also want to thank Vinita. Oh, she's extremely energetic. When she was there for a few days, I still remember, and she is so full of energy. I'm not surprised she climbs on roofs or whatever it is where we cannot climb. So we need such people, and we need this kind of thinking. So then, anyway, thanks for you had given me 2 minutes. I'll just close my talk here and
Okay.
open it to the panelists, other panelists. Thank you.
शार्दूल तुमचं आणखीन प्रेझेंटेशन आहे का, डिस्कशन करायचं आहे? शार्दूल आय थिंक आहे ना पुढे आणखीन?
Yes,
हाँ,
it is there.
हाँ
It is
प्लीज,
there.
हाँ प्लीज गो अहेड. जरा प्लीज एव्हरीबडी प्लीज एक्सक्यूज, थोडासा टाइम ओव्हररन आहे, पण एकदम इंटरेस्टिंग पद्धतीने पुढे जात आहे. सो लेट अस गो अहेड.
Shardul, you are mute.
Okay, so this is something that we have added in the presentation, and so we see a lot, not a lot, but slowly it is happening that we initially took a lot of inspiration from the surrounding, but now kind of it is showing back into the surroundings, so which is what makes us happy. So things like brick corbelling that you see over here, otherwise एरवी प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजनेची घरं used to happen in cement only, but through some intervention in our own village and other villages, we have tried to establish mud, because people do really want to build in mud. It is just that they get subsidized home of cement only, they have to build it, but nowhere does the yojana says that. The yojana in itself says that you can build any house which will last for 30 years. So people's first preference is always mud because they've been living in that. So we've tried to encourage that in our own village, and 4 or 5 homes have been built like that. You can see one of them over here. Another thing that probably would be again a traditional thing that people would anyways do, but something that improvised since Prateek's house was built was this combination of mud and wattle and dog, which is done in a different way. Particular kind of joinery is used. So like in bits and pieces, hopefully the circle is now completing. The last part, I would just highlight some projects that we have done through the years. This was our first project. It is my house in my village, Vajreshwari. Yeah, it was a house we couldn't have done without guidance from Malak sir, and each and every element of the house was an experiment. But yeah, it's standing now. It's I think it's the sixth monsoon or seventh monsoon. I don't know. Again, we have all the elements like rainwater harvesting, sab kuch, whatever we wanted to experiment, we kind of experimented here. This is Pratik's house. It is again another experiment
So
with
this
wattle and
particular,
dog. Yeah, Pratik both. Sorry.
yeah, so it is another experiment with Wattle and Daub, and we try to make sure like not a single material is an alien material in this particular house. So this entire house is built with the locally available material, and not even all the laborers and the construction workers and the masons were from the village. Not a single person from outside the village is came here to construct it, and that's why it is very easy to take out this detail, like copy this detail for the other villagers. Means the same mason now in this particular house we build foundation with the mud and stone, and now these masons are telling others why you are wasting money on the cement when you can build foundation with the mud and stone. And that is how this actually impacted a lot of area, the surrounding.
Yeah, these are the
This is
other
the
things.
interior
There
of
are
the
things
same
like
house.
mud plaster. Yeah, same house.
Yeah.
So this is we've done recently in Kadavli for Kishore Chaudhary. Yeah, this is the same house. Now, what I would like to highlight in this house is this is poles apart from the houses that we've shown initially in terms of its approach. This house is because we get a lot of this kind of clients also who want to build sustainable homes, but they have certain lifestyle issues. Like we are not always lucky with people like Madhav Rege who are okay with snakes in their homes, okay with insects or rats or whatever. We do get that kind of people still. We are very lucky to have, and we also are lucky to have this kind who push us to push the technology also to explore the technology more in terms of finishes, in terms of their usability, in terms of their low maintenance, all of these things. So even this kind of projects are done through our practice where all of these are cut, and it becomes like a very modern structure but built with natural materials. Yeah, these are the interiors of that same house. This is another very early on projects which we have done in Adobe, which is unburnt brick, which is where we are now trying to move our practice, which is away from burnt bricks, because burning also involves a lot of fossil fuels, to either unburnt bricks or lime stabilized bricks or something like that. That's the thing that we would want to do in the future. This is another interesting project where the client was a single woman, very enthusiastic builder. She built a lot of things with us on site. She would in fact be on site more than us. And it is a house in mud mortar with earthquake bands, very similar to Rege sir's house in terms of technology, but she wanted no single insect in the house. It was and she wanted complete security because she was living in a village alone. And so you will see a lot of grills and a lot of mosquito nets. Again, it is a more costlier version of what we have seen earlier, but all the time she was very clear of what she wanted. And again, such kind of people push the technology to a certain extent. So this is how the interiors look now. She didn't like many times Mangalore tiles. Through Mangalore tiles, you will see, when it rains very heavily, you will have droplets of water. My parents and I love that feeling, but many people don't. There are a lot of spider webs to clean when you have a Mangalore tile home. So she didn't want that. So we've put this kind of a bison panel under the Mangalore tiles and waterproofed it from outside so that the maintenance is reduced. We have flooring which is Kota tiles, again natural material only, but Kota stone, but it's in tile format. The walls are mud plaster with lime wash, but it's a very different mud plaster. It's a very smooth mud plaster. So yeah, in the same technology, you have very wide range of finishes, wide range of maintenance, wide range of costs, wide range of lifestyles. So for us, when people come to us की अरे आमचं घर साधारण किती रुपयात होईल, we cannot answer that question. We have to spend time with you. We have to understand what your preferences are, and probably after 2 or 3 meetings we can answer that question ki how much your house would cost. It can cost anywhere between 300 rupees square feet to 3,500 rupees square feet. We cannot say anything. It's probably even lower or more. This is our experience range. Yeah, so this is one in Wangni, done for one Mr. Umesh Bagwe. Again, a very experimental house where we have tried a lot of things. This is the recent most structures that we have done in a village called Sapurli. It's an agro-tourism center. Again, a lot of experiments here in terms of wood portal frames and wattle and daub plasters that we have tried out. And this is another one which got hit by the cyclone, the Nisarga cyclone, and survived. And belonging to a very interesting client who again was very much open to insects and snakes coming in his structure. In fact, he likes to welcome them many times. It's built in Cobb. This is our first structure in Cobb. Now the second one is being built. And Cobb and wattle and daub kind of hybrid this is, and very similar materials, but here no brick was used also. So this is something that he came to us with. He said no cement, no brick, only natural materials. So that is what the structure is, completely natural materials. Yes, this is Bagwe's house from the inside. And a lot of people ask us, do you still have skilled masons to do all this? How are you managing your practice? And that gets back to this slide. We are a bandwagon or jatra, so to say, of a lot of people who work in the background. And more the merrier is what we work with. So the more people join us, the better it is. Okay, so this is the platforms and you can see our work on. We are very much active on Instagram, on Facebook, and also email. So you can just do that. I would now open for the closing session with Devgaonkar sir.
त्याच्या आधी Priya, if there are any question, we can take 2 or 3 questions from the participant. काही सिनियर पार्टिसिपंट आहेत, निराळारकर आहेत, विनीत मिरकर आहेत, त्यांना जर काही विचारायचं असेल एक एक प्रश्न आपण घेऊ शकतो आणि मग देऊळगावकरांना क्लोज करायचं. नीरा मॅडम, तुमच्याकडे काही प्रश्न आहेत का? काय बोलायचे तुम्हाला? नीरा इज नॉट एबल टू probably listen. Vinit sir.
It was a great presentation. Very great congratulations to Design Jatra. We have been closely observing and they are participating in our teaching programs at all points of time. So that collaboration still grows. I just wanted to see how they are doing it for sure. In our college, the sensitizing students, but as what we require, how we can sensitize the society as a whole, and how is any plans which you are thinking how we can actually propagate this sense of eco-sensibility and to the larger domain of the society, because there are the people like Dr. Rege who's there, who becomes a client, but otherwise this movement is a very small movement. So is anything which you have been churning out from your various discussions, that how we can take this movement on a larger plateau, and anybody and everybody who can participate in that movement is what you're thinking about. So I would like to hear something on that. Are you thinking on that matter?
Yes, sir, definitely we are thinking on that, and us being part of the college is one of the reasons why we are doing it. And the other thing is we do really want to start publishing as much as possible our whatever little experience it is. So Thanal is doing that on YouTube, really beautifully made videos. We want to do something similar for Maharashtra. And we are trying to but obviously being an architecture practice, especially one that is budding, we are unable to find time majoritarily, but we do find time. It's not that we are completely ignorant of that. Especially monsoon gives us a good enough time to kind of introspect and see how we can give back and how we can actually put the knowledge across about generation of lifestyle, like awareness of lifestyle. We see that's a good news. Actually, we see a lot of more people approaching us, like Rege sir, who are very much aware and very much want to do something like this. And we don't have to spend much in making them aware, so to say. Not to say that we do spend a lot of time understanding the person, but that is there. Like as a client base, I think even more 10-15 firms will come up in Mumbai who do similar practice. We will still have a lot of clients, probably even more than that, because many times we have to say no also to people, because we can't take so many projects, because we have to pay a lot of attention to that many projects. So yeah.
Shardul, there are two questions. Can I ask?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
ma'am.
Number one question is from Professor Vasanthi Londe, who is principal of a prominent college of architecture in Pune. She has asked that you did mention about drawings sometimes not being clear and therefore making models, but do you make any drawings?
So I will answer this, and then I think Pratik will have an add-on to this as well.
Yes.
So our approach about drawings depends on the client. Like a lot of time, because there is a lot of fund crunch with tribals, we just do the model. However, when clients come to us with specific detailing requirements, we do intensive drawings. Like one project that I'm doing right now in Dharwad, where the client, even though it is a mud home, wants it to be perfectly detailed. I will just go back to uh, Amit sir's house, which is this. ज्याला बरंचसं डिटेलिंग आहे, तर ह्याच्यामध्ये पण बराच एफर्ट ड्रॉइंग मध्ये घातलेला होता. आणि ह्या प्रोजेक्टसाठी आम्ही हँड ड्रॉइंग केले होते, पण ड्रॉइंग्स तर केले होते, म्हणजे प्रॉपर वर्किंग ड्रॉइंग सेट बनवला होता. And it depends on the client. Like if you ask Rege sir, I don't think we did enough drawings. We did one SketchUp model, and that was it. But again, it depends on what kind of clients we have. We do drawings for that particular client.
Yeah.
We decide amongst ourselves actually whether we should or we should not invest in the time in making drawings, because anyways we have to be on site, even though drawings asot nasot, we have to be on site anyways. So and many times we execute the project, as in we are not contractors, but we are the supervisors of the project. So verbal communication works, and a 3D model either in SketchUp or an actual physical model works many times. But for some clients who are expecting a certain kind of lifestyle, we do detailed drawings as well. Pratik, तुला काही add करायचंय का?
That has answered your question. The second question was, I'm just reading it out from Anushka. She has asked, is black cotton soil used to make cob and adobe, or white soil, which we call in Marathi Pandri Mati? If black cotton soil, then what are the preventive measures taken, as nature of soil is clay soil and is considered not appropriate for construction? That's the question.
Pratik, उत्तर देतोस?
Yeah, so what usually happens that whenever we are using a black cotton soil, it has high amount of organic matter, and if the organic matter is present in the soil, then it is some we call it as an unstabilized soil, because it with the moisture it actually expand, and with the moisture loss it contract. So it's very risky to actually build with that particular soil, and so we basically add a lot of elements in it, like the sand, lime and everything. So we can actually try to reduce this kind of expansion and contraction. As well as in Konkan also there is a method where mati sadavne, where you keep the soil in the water, So this entire organic matter will get decayed, and it will be eaten by the kind of bacteria is present in the soil. Technically, I think the Jayan sir will be the right person to put a light upon it, because we also ask many of our questions to him only about how to take the approach towards such kind of a materials.
आपण असं करूया
So-
की हे सगळे प्रश्न आपण एक फॉर्मली वी गो टू लॉजिकल एंड, मग आपण
Yeah.
अर्धा गप्पा मारू म्हणजे या लोकांना जायचं ते
Yes.
तर सुलक्षणा तुझ्याकडे काही प्रश्न आहे का? यू वॉन्ट टू आस्क वन क्वेश्चन? हा सुलक्षणा.
मला प्रश्न नाही विचारायचा, मला फक्त ऑब्झर्वेशन मांडायचे. आणि आय एम सॉरी, आय एम नॉट गोइंग टू कमेंट और ऑब्झर्व एज एन आर्किटेक्ट, बट as a urban planner, and especially right now I'm studying Gram Panchayat and Gram economies and village economies and the challenges of management of land and forest and local production and all that. What I see here is being in the Palghar village or near MMR or near MMR or near Mumbai. What I see is a sort of urbanization extending into rural areas. It's not necessarily bad or good. I'm not going to comment that. However, when I listened that the land was developed by the developer, and he flattened it and all that, most of the villages are not really able to understand the nature of their village or their geography or their cultivation patterns or their economy or their society. If you talk about sustainability of a structure, sustainability of building is one of the things. But sustainability of the habitat, sustainability of the entire village community, how does it, this kind of intervention, are we trying to help our clients to get into urban lifestyle, take it, and I'm not saying architecturally, the lifestyle, sort of a romanticized village life into, but it's basically urban, with a lot of money, a lot of inputs, a lot of, I'm not against expertise inputs, but I'm wondering how many, now if this is the one start, if there is a whole, say 10 acres of land developed by a builder, a developer, and sold as a plotted community, it will become a gated community within a village environment. Do I see this as a sustainable development, or do I see this as a sort of a crawling on a lifestyle, taking advantage of the poverty, cheapness of the land? Of course, I see so many positive things like greening of the areas. But once the land is lost to the farmer,
आय थिंक
मॅम यूज झालं.
हा नाही हरकत नाही, आपण लेट अस गो अहेड. पुढचा विषय घे. याच्यामध्ये सिन्स आय एम इंजिनियर, आय विल रिक्वेस्ट शिशिर कुलकर्णी who is an engineer, his observations. Shishir, do you have any observation? हा, जर शिशिरकडे काही नसतील तर मला वाटतं देऊळगावकर सरांना एक समराईज करू दे आणि मग वी विल आस्क डिझाईन जत्रा टू समराईज फर्दर. हा देऊळगावकर सर.
हा सर, जयंत सर, मला आधी या दोघांनाही असा प्रश्न विचारायचा होता की हे जे काही बांधकाम झालेलं आहे त्याचा परिणाम आजूबाजूच्या गावकऱ्यांवर किती होतोय आणि गावातनं किती प्रमाणामध्ये मागणी होतीये आणि त्यांचा प्रतिसाद, एक जनमानस समजून घेण्यासाठी मला हे तुम्ही सांगाल का, प्रतीक आणि शार्दूल?
नक्की सर. गावात एक असा रिस्पॉन्स आम्हाला मिळतोय. पहिली गोष्ट म्हणजे या ज्या वॉट एव्हर टेक्नॉलॉजीज वी आर युझिंग, these technologies are very much close to them. It is not something which is alien technologies for them, and that's why the acceptance towards this technology is very good. So till now there are many people who visit my house or whatever structures we have made. For example, when we were like build Shardul's house, which is the first project, and it is almost 3 kilometers from the Vajreshwari temple. So rickshawalas used to take a ticket to the Maticha Bangla, like 90 rupees per person to take them to the Maticha Bangla. And that's how the kind of a response we started getting towards our structures or houses we have made. And also because it is a common man's technology, they come visit our houses and they see, oh, this is something which is very easy to do. And also whatever the flaws they see in the structure, for example, kudachi bhint tikat nahi pausala वगैरे, and the way we have addressed such kind of issues in our structure, it is very much welcome from the people that, oh, we can still build a similar house with using same technology, and it will be little bit of less maintenance. आजच एक गोष्ट खूप फनी झाली. म्हणजे आमच्या घराची ऑनलाईन घरपट्टीसाठी माणसं आलेली होती, and they asked me ki the house is made with the mud, so I said yes, and he ticked the झोपडी आणि कच्चे घर in the column. So it is even though it's a 2,300 square feet house and very much detailed, but the technology is not from the government officials, the technology is not seen in that way, but the acceptance from the villagers and the surrounding people is very much sure for there, and it is a very positive response we are getting.
मी ऍक्च्युली अजून एक पैलू मांडेन. मला विलेजर्स किंवा गावकऱ्यांकडून किती रिस्पॉन्स मिळतो हे सांगता येणार नाही, पण ऍटलिस्ट समटाइम्स यू ऑल्सो गेट नेगेटिव्ह रिव्ह्यू की अरे काय तुम्ही बांधताय, म्हणजे बरोबर नाहीये वगैरे वगैरे, असंही बऱ्याचदा बोललं जातं. आणि you know, many times the village doesn't sometimes the village doesn't accept, but the masons who are building the structure very much accept actually. So they if you see आमचे जे मेन वीट बांधकाम करणारे आहेत, त्यांना मी बुवा म्हणतो, रमेश जाधव म्हणून, त्यांची आताची स्ट्रक्चर्स लुक, he uses corbelling, he uses arches and all these things in his structures. Recently just he completed one cowshed in which he has used corbels on his own. आणि whatever it is, म्हणजे there is a certain amount of skill upgrade that I think has happened through the process that we went through while building a couple of structures with him. Similar thing is there in the timber masons who work with us, and the bamboo masons who work with us as well. तर मग ह्याच्यामध्ये एक आहे. आणि दुसरं म्हणजे छोट्या छोट्या टेक्नॉलॉजिकल गोष्टी घेणे, म्हणजे आता मातीचं फाउंडेशन करणं, म्हणजे आधी फाउंडेशन सिमेंटच करायचं असं मानस होतं सगळ्यांचं. तर आता बऱ्यापैकी एक मातीचं फाउंडेशन 2-3 घरांनी तरी ऍक्सेप्ट केलंय, किंवा इंदिरा आवास योजना किंवा घरकुल योजने अंतर्गत जे घरं येतात ती सिमेंटमध्ये न बांधता काही लोकांनी मातीत बनवली. असे छोटे छोटे इम्पॅक्ट म्हणता येईल किंवा परिणाम म्हणता येईल हे दिसतात. पण जास्त परिणाम जे काम डायरेक्टली लोकांबरोबर केलंय, जे बॅम्बूचं जे काम आहे त्याचा दिसतो की लोक ऍक्च्युली जाऊन बांबू आता जंगलात लावायला लागलेत, किंवा आता हळूहळू आम्ही बाकी पण काम त्या दृष्टीने करायला लागलोय की जंगल वर्धन कसं करावं, बायोडायव्हर्सिटीचं कसं वर्धन करावं, त्या दिशेने चालणारं काम आहे ते बऱ्यापैकी. तर त्याच्यात जास्त इम्पॅक्ट दिसतो आर्किटेक्चर पेक्षा.
आणखी काय बोलायचंय, कारण आपण बाय 20 मिनिट.
हो आपण खूपच हे गेलोय. आता मी काही शेवट 4-5 मिनिटांमध्ये समअप करेन. त्यातला एक मुख्य भाग, बाकी आपल्याला सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे, सगळे खूप नामांकित आर्किटेक्ट्स आहात, पण अलीकडच्या काळामध्ये या सगळ्याबद्दल ज्या अनेक नवीन दृष्टीने आपण याच्याकडे पाहायला पाहिजे, त्यातली एक आहे की इकॉलॉजिकल इंटेलिजन्स नावाचा जो एक नवीन डॅनियल गोलमनने ही कन्सेप्ट आणली आणि आता हळूहळू अनेक विद्वान वैज्ञानिक ही कन्सेप्ट आणतायत. विशेषतः या वर्षीचा म्हणजे 2019चा एन्व्हायरमेंटचा नोबेल ज्याला म्हटलं जातं टायलर पुरस्कार हा डॉक्टर पवन सुखदेव यांना मिळाला. त्यांनी इनविजिबल इकॉनॉमिक्स ऑफ नेचर हे पॉलिसी मेकर्सना लक्षात आणून दिलं म्हणून त्यांना तो पुरस्कार मिळालेला आहे. ते असं म्हणतात की निसर्गाची किंमत आपल्याला माहित नाही कारण निसर्ग आपल्याला बिल देत नसतो, इनव्हॉइस देत नसतो. म्हणजे जर इनव्हॉइस दिला तर मधमाशांनी जर इनव्हॉइस द्यायचा ठरवला तर तो 2 ते 5 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स एवढा होईल कारण तेवढं धान्य आणि फळफळावळ आपल्याला पॉलिनेशन मधनं पराग सिंचनामधनं मिळत असतात. तर ते इथं मुंबईत आल्यानंतर म्हणाले होते की मी आरेचं पूर्ण या पद्धतीने मूल्यांकन करून देऊ शकतो. मुद्दा इथं असा आहे की त्यांनी पुढे असं सांगितलंय की आता सध्या आपण इंडियन स्टँडर्ड गुणवत्ता ठरवताना आपण कशा कशाचा विचार करायला पाहिजे. तर सोशल कॉस्टचा एक विचार करायला पाहिजे. अशा काही कॉस्ट आहेत. तसंच एन्व्हायरमेंट आपण फक्त इकॉनॉमिकल फिनान्शियल कॉस्ट बघतो पण त्याच्यातली सोशल कॉस्ट आहे, त्यानंतर एन्व्हायरमेंटल कॉस्ट काय. तर या सगळ्यातनं त्यांनी एक नवीन कन्सेप्ट आणलेली आहे, त्याला ते पाय म्हणतात, प्रोफाईल इम्पॅक्ट ऑन एन्व्हायरमेंट. आणि त्यांनी ते युरोपमधल्या कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टरना लागू केलेलं आहे आणि मग त्यातून त्या कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टरना क्रेडिबिलिटी लाभते. जशी इंटरनॅशनल स्टँडर्डनं लाभते तशी पायमुळे लाभत असते. ज्यांचा पाय गुण कमी ती खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने म्हणजे पर्यावरणाची हानी न करता ते तयार करतायत. अशा पद्धतीचं एक नवीन वातावरण आपण आपल्याकडे जर आणलं तर त्यातनं याची गुणवत्ता वेगळ्या पद्धतीने दिसणार आहे. कारण कार्बन फुटप्रिंट हा अतिशय महत्वाचा घटक होऊन बसलेला आहे. शक्यता अशी आहे की येत्या 1 ते 2 वर्षात जगभरामध्ये कार्बन इमिशनवर कार्बन टॅक्स लागू शकतो. तसा जर लागायला लागला तर प्रत्येक गोष्टीतनं म्हणजे प्रत्येक वस्तू आणि सेवा प्रोडक्शन आणि सर्व्हिसेस मधनं जर कार्बन टॅक्स लागायला लागला तर तो इथं सगळ्यात कमी आहे हे अगदी सरळ दिसून येतं. म्हणून शेवटचा मुद्दा सांगायच्या आधी मी शार्दूल, प्रतीक किंवा कुलकर्णी सरांना अशी विनंती करतो की इथं कार्बन इमिशन किती वाचवलंय याचं काही आपल्याकडे रेकॉर्ड आहे असेल तर सांगा.
मी जरा याच्यामध्ये सांगतो की अगदी करेक्ट भाषेत सांगायचं झालं तर सिमेंट आपण इफ यू प्रोड्यूस 1 ton of cement it produces 0.87 ton of carbon dioxide and if you produce 1 ton of steel you save 1.9 ton of carbon dioxide. हे जरा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फिगर घ्यायचे म्हणजे आपण एक क्षणभर असं म्हणूया की आपण 1000 स्क्वेअर फुटाचं घर बांधलं आणि सिमेंट आणि स्टील बिलकुल वापरलं नाही तर साधारणपणे 22 ते 27 टन कार्बन डायऑक्साईड वातावरणाने एमिशन व्हायचं आपण वाचवतो. आता यांच्याकडे काही काही ठिकाणी समजा फॉर सेक ऑफ अर्थक्वेक वी हॅव इंट्रोड्यूस सम RCC बँड ऑर देयर आर सर्टन इन अनअवॉइडेबल सिच्युएशन. तर त्याच्यामुळे काही प्रमाणामध्ये कॉन्क्रीट किंवा स्टील वापरलं जातं विच अल्टिमेटली कॅन बी युज्ड alternative use can be of wood, but that's a further advancement in the thinking and design. जर आपण सगळी जुनी युरोपमधले स्ट्रक्चर बघितले तर बहुतांश ठिकाणी earthquake resistance is obtained by doing some kind of bracing in wood. पण क्षणभर आपण असं म्हणू की यांच्या प्रत्येक 1000 स्क्वेअर फुटा मागे 25 टन कार्बन डायऑक्साईडचं एमिशन वाचलेलं आहे. या दृष्टिकोनातून खरोखर एन्व्हायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली आहेत. सगळ्या ठिकाणी 25 टन नाही वाचवता आलं, 20 टन वाचेल, पण ते 32 टनापर्यंत जाऊ शकतं. तर दीज आर द फिगर. शार्दूल आणि प्रतीक तुम्हाला मी सगळी बेसिक कॅल्क्युलेशन पाठवून देतो एकदा, म्हणजे यू कॅन ऑलवेज क्लेम की ओके दिस इज व्हॉट युल से. काही लोक म्हणतात ठीक आहे एवढे ऍड करा, टाईल्स ऍड करा, देन यू कॅन टेल देम की ओके नाव आपण 25 टन वाचवणार होतो आता 22 टनच वाचवतोय. अशा स्वरूपाचं एक वेगळं कॅल्क्युलेशन आता अतुल देऊळगावकरांनी जे सांगितलं की विनिमयाचा दर आपण रुपये असं न ठेवता एमिशन ऑफ कार्बन डायऑक्साईड इन एअर आणि तुमचा पायगुण कमी होऊन मार्क वाढावेत या दृष्टिकोनातून काय करता येईल. तर अतुल मला वाटतं ही माहिती पुरेशी आहे, म्हणजे फार टेक्निकल मध्ये जाता यू कॅन प्रोसीड.
हो हो नाही, अतिशय महत्वाचा मुद्दा. तर आपण आपल्या या लोकल आर्किटेक्चरच्या या स्ट्रेंथ आपण सांगितल्या पाहिजेत. म्हणजे खरं तर आपल्याला माहिती आहे आपल्या देशाची वाटचाल ही सेल्फ रिलायन्स टू रिलायन्स अशी होत असली तरी गावांना सेल्फ रिलायंट करण्याच्या दृष्टीनं मला वाटतं की या पद्धतीचं आर्किटेक्चर महत्वाचं आहे खूप. आणि त्यात शेवटचा मुद्दा सांगतो की 2003 पासून आर्किटेक्ट्स आणि न्यूरो सायंटिस्ट आणि सायकोलॉजिस्ट एकत्र काम करतायत जगामध्ये अनेक ठिकाणी, आणि ते न्यूरो आर्किटेक्चर बद्दल बोलतात. आपल्याला कल्पना आहे 1943 साली जेव्हा हाऊस ऑफ कॉमन्स बांधायचं होतं तेव्हा विन्स्टन चर्चिल असं म्हणाले होते, वी शेप द बिल्डिंग अँड देन बिल्डिंग शेप्स अस, या अर्थाचं ते बोलले होते. तर ते आता तंतोतंत खरं या अर्थाने दिसतंय की सायकोलॉजिस्ट आणखीन न्यूरो सायंटिस्ट हे जेव्हा एकत्र येऊन आपण बहुतांश काळ ज्या वास्तूमध्ये घालवत असतो, ज्या शहरांमध्ये घालत असतो, त्याचा बरा वाईट आपल्यावर कसा परिणाम होतो, हाऊ वी परसिव्ह, इमॅजिन, इंटरप्रिट अँड रिस्पॉन्ड टू बिल्डिंग्स, याचा अभ्यास तिकडं खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने केला जातोय. हे न्यूरो आर्किटेक्टचे हे पॉइंट्स आहेत ना, हे पण आपण लक्षात जर घेतले तर आपल्याला या सगळ्याचा आपल्या मनावर काय परिणाम होतो, किती चांगला परिणाम होतो. कारण इंग्लंडमध्ये असा एक अभ्यास झालेला आहे की जे अतिशय कोंदट जागेमध्ये राहतात, जे झोपडपट्टीमध्ये राहतात, त्यांचं आयुष्यमान कमी होतं. तर या ज्या सगळ्या स्ट्रेंथ आहेत, या सगळ्या स्ट्रेंथ आपण जर घेऊन पुढे वाटचाल केली तर आपण जो आज विषय निवडला होता, एम्पॅथी अँड ब्युटी ऑफ लोकल आर्किटेक्चर, ही सर्वांना खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीनं समजू शकेल आणि सर्वांपर्यंत जाईल. आणि ती खरी आज आज ज्यांची आपण जयंती साजरी केली, गांधीजी, त्या गांधीजींना खऱ्या अर्थानं आदरांजली ठरेल. आपण तरुण मुलं ज्या पद्धतीने काम करत आहात आणि जी आशा दिसते आणि ज्या मुळे अनेक जण हे स्वीकारतायत. कारण मी भूकंपानंतर पाहिलं होतं, माती, दगड किंवा याला स्वीकारायला गावकरी तयार व्हायचे नाहीत अजिबात, ते तिकडं तयार होत आहेत. ही खूप चांगली आनंदाची गोष्ट आहे. पण या बरोबरच आपल्यावर ही जबाबदारी आहे की काही नवीन टर्म्स ज्या अतिशय अट्रॅक्टिव्ह वाटतील आणि ज्यामुळे अनेक लोक आपल्याकडे यायला लागतील आणि या टेक्नॉलॉजीचा प्रसार होईल, यासाठी आपण जरूर प्रयत्न करावा. मला आपण खूप मोठी संधी दिली, याबद्दल मी सर्वांचे आभार मानतो. धन्यवाद.
शार्दूल, तुम्हाला काही 2 मिनिटं समअप करायचंय? शार्दूल आणि प्रतीक.
येस, देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चन्स जे आपण बोललो तसं आपण बोलूया.
नाही, ऐकून घ्या. त्याच्या आधी जर आम्ही सगळ्यांना एक फॉर्मल थँक्स म्हणतो आणि मग प्रश्नोत्तराची आपण गप्पा जशा चालू असतात तशा त्या चालू राहतील. म्हणजे फॉर्मली आपण कार्यक्रम संपू, कारण 2 तास झालेला आहे. तर मी सगळ्यांचे आभार. नाही हरकत नाही, आपण कंटिन्यू करू गप्पा मारणं, कारण गेल्या वेबिनार नंतर मी अर्धा तास गप्पा मारत होतो, पण खूप लोकांना असं वाटतं की फॉर्मली कम्प्लीट झाला की जाऊ शकतात. तर तुम्हा तिघांचे आभार. म्हणजे जसं माझं म्हणला, जसं मी या तिघांच्या प्रेमात पडलो होतो कधी, तर आम्ही हाच कार्यक्रम IAS कॉलेज ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर बांद्रामध्ये केला आणि तेव्हा सुद्धा मुख्य विषय होता लॉरी बेकर आणि त्याच्या अनुषंगाने या तिघांची भेट झाली. याला अतुल देऊळगावकरांचं मराठीच्या पुस्तकाचं इंग्लिशमध्ये प्रकाशनचं तोही समारंभ होता. आज ही सगळी मंडळी आज एका स्टेजवरती आलेली आहे आणि त्याचबरोबरती एवढ्या मोठ्या संख्येने सगळे पार्टिसिपंट हजर राहिले. त्याच्यामध्ये बऱ्याच लोकांना टाइम फ्रेममध्ये निघावं लागलं असेल तर त्यांचे पण आभार. आणि असे सगळे कार्यक्रम करायला काही एक आर्थिक बळ लागतं. तर आमचे एक मित्र आहेत, कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर आहेत स्ट्रक्चरल स्पेशालिटी म्हणून, त्यांनी याला लहान प्रमाणात किंवा मदत केली, त्याच्यामुळे हा सगळा गाडा चालू शकतो. तर विथ दिस आय थँक एव्हरीबडी. आय कन्क्लूड द वेबिनार. आता आपण याच्यात एक इन्फॉर्मल गप्पा, म्हणजे ज्या मंडळींना गप्पा मारायच्या आहेत त्यांनी एकेकाला ऍड्रेस करून जर विषय बोलला तर आपण ते घेऊ शकतो, किंवा शार्दूल आणि प्रतीक तुम्ही एक एक प्रश्न पण घेऊ शकता. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
ओके,
तुम्ही चालू करू शकता क्वेश्चन आन्सर. शार्दूल, प्रतीक, तुम्हाला प्रश्न जे उत्तर द्यायचे आहेत.
हो, एक तर तो जो द ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल वन विच वॉज आस्क्ड अर्लियर, त्या ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल बरोबरच पांढऱ्या मातीचा पण उल्लेख केला होता. सो मी ऍक्च्युली त्या प्रश्नावरून सुरुवात करेन. प्रतीकने सांगितलं अबाउट ऑर्गॅनिक मॅटर, पण असं आहे आणि ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल मध्ये क्ले मॅटर पण जास्त असतो आणि त्यामुळे माझ्या माहितीनुसार तरी ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल मड कन्स्ट्रक्शन साठी वापरण्या योग्य ठरावी यासाठी बराच उपक्रम करायला लागतो. आणि ह्या उपक्रमाची ऍक्च्युली निजामशाहीत ऑलरेडी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करून झाले. जी पांढरी माती बोलली जाते ती मला तरी असं वाटतं, आय थिंक देर इज नो रिसर्च ऑन इट. इफ देर इज एनी रिसर्च देन आय वुड लव्ह टू नो.
नाही, ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल मध्ये मी बरंच काम केलेलं आहे. त्यात एक पांढऱ्या मातीत
नाही, पांढऱ्या मातीत सर, जी
पांढऱ्या मातीचा नांदेड बिंदेड
हा,
काही
पांढऱ्या
ठिकाणी आहे,
मातीत
पण तरी सुद्धा ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइलचे काही निश्चित प्रोसिजर आहेत आणि ब्रॉडली इट इज अवॉइडेड. पण तो आपण एक इंडिपेंडंट टॉपिक घेऊन बोलू शकतो की त्यांना मी एक लिहून कळवू शकतो की हाऊ टू प्रोटेक्ट. का तर लातूर, उस्मानाबाद, सोलापूर, नांदेड या सगळ्या भागामध्ये मी भरपूर स्पिनिंग मिल 90च्या आसपास केल्या आणि त्या सगळ्या ठिकाणी ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल होती आणि त्या ठिकाणी मॉइश्चर चेंज झाल्यानंतर त्याचा व्हॉल्यूम चेंज होतो. लातूर, उस्मानाबाद भागात तुम्ही गेलात तर छोट्या छोट्या घरामध्ये सुद्धा ज्यांनी टाईल्स बसवलेल्या आहेत त्या टाईल्स सिंक झालेल्या दिसतात. म्हणजे 2-2, 3-3 सेंटीमीटर, कधी 4 सेंटीमीटर म्हणजे इंचामध्ये सिंक झालेले असतात. तर ते व्हॉल्यूम चेंज न होण्यासाठी मॉइश्चर चेंज अवॉइड करायला लागतं. त्याच्यासाठी काही निश्चित हे आहेत, मार्ग आहेत. दो नॉट व्हेरी फुलप्रूफ, पण ते वापरले जातात. आम्ही बरीच स्ट्रक्चर त्या भागात त्या काळात म्हणजे साधारणपणे 85-90च्या आसपास केलेली आहेत.
अच्छा.
तर ते आपण
नाही, पण सर मातीत नसतील केली ना स्ट्रक्चर, म्हणजे व्हॉट
नाही
मॅडम वाज आस्किंग वाज.
नाही, बरोबर नाही, तिचं म्हणणं बरोबर. मातीत स्ट्रक्चर केले नाहीत. मातीमुळे होणारे स्ट्रक्चरच्या फाउंडेशनचे परिणाम किंवा प्लिन्थवरचे परिणाम किंवा चक्क प्लिन बीम असे वरती उचलले असं आम्ही बघितलं. ते म्हणतात ते बरोबर.
सो दॅट्स व्हॉट आय वाज ऍड्रेसिंग, की ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल मध्ये अडोबी किंवा रॅमडर हे मी तरी बघितलं नाही आणि याच्यावर रिसर्च केलेला नाही. आणि ह्याच बरोबर जी मराठवाड्या भागामध्ये ट्रेडिशनली ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल वापरली नाहीये लोकांनी, पांढरी माती वापरली आहे. मराठवाडा किंवा काही देशातला भाग, जळगाव एस्पेशली, इकडे सगळीकडे पांढरी माती वापरली जाते. ह्या मातीचं ओरिजिन मला तरी वाटतं हा नैसर्गिक नसून हा प्रोसेस असो. कारण आताही तुम्ही तिकडे विचाराल लोकांना, आम्ही बऱ्याच गावांमध्ये फिरलो आणि विचारलं की कुठून मिळाली ही माती आणि कुठे आहे, याची खाण असते का, जमिनीतून मिळते का, वगैरे वगैरे. पण उत्तर एक साधारण असं दिलं जातं का ही गढीत आहे. म्हणजे ते प्रत्येक गावाला एक गढी असते आणि त्या गढीत आहे. आणि ती गढी म्हणजे कसा किल्ला, जसा जो अपर कास्टचा बनवलेला असतो, तिकडनं आता तो पडीत झाला किल्ला तर तिकडनं ते लोक माती घेतात. ह्याच्यावरती ऍक्च्युअली रिसर्च मला माहित नाही कुठे आहे अवेलेबल, बट आय वुड लव्ह इफ एनी रिसर्च इज अवेलेबल to talk about this white mud. It is something that Maharashtra has from I think Nizamshahi, and it is a blessing, especially in black cotton soil region, and I would love to investigate that. बट स्वतः आम्ही ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल मध्ये अपार्ट फ्रॉम जसं जयंत कुलकर्णी सरांनी सांगितलं फाउंडेशन बनवणं, ह्याच्या पलीकडे ब्लॅक कॉटनचं अडोबी आणि ब्लॅक कॉटनचं हे करून कधी बघितलं नाही. आणि प्रतीक जे म्हणाला कोकणामध्ये माती सडवण्याची प्रोसेस असते, त्यांनी ऑर्गॅनिक मॅटरचा आपण हे करू शकतो. पण आय डोंट थिंक वी कॅन गेट रीड ऑफ द क्ले कंटेंट बिकॉज ऑफ विच देर इज द वॉल्यूम चेंज. So that is something that we cannot do, and I don't know any way to do it. Though I think I have some leads about architects who have used black cotton soil. So yes, so that was one question. दूसरा एक प्रश्न, इंटरेस्टिंग प्रश्न विचारला, how do you fix floor? आज्ञा देशमुख, how do you fix the flooring if you haven't used cement? Good question. I think our first attempt is to convince the client to use cow dung floor. So that is always the first attempt. But sometimes the clients don't agree for a very logical reason. कारण cow dung floor दर आठवडा हे करायला लागतं वगैरे वगैरे, सारवायला लागतं. आणि मग शेण, काही गावांमध्ये आजकाल शेण मिळत नाही. आणि दॅट इज द कंडिशन ऑफ आवर विलेजेस, दॅट the thing that was the identity of the village, which is cow and cow dung, is no more there. So then we have to go for tiles, and when it comes to tiles, we have till now used cement, though there are some experiments which we are now trying to do. Our friend Dhruwang has already done one such experiment in Bhor, where he has used lime for fixing terracotta tiles, and we want to do that. And another experiment that we are trying to do is trying to make cow dung floor low maintenance, which we have kind of been successful. आता ते actually 2-3 वर्षानंतर कळेल whether it is actually successful or no. की cow dung जो शेणाचं आपलं जमीन असते त्याला आपण कसं लो मेंटेनन्स करू ह्याच्यावरती पण थोडंसं आम्ही आता चालू केली आहे वाटचाल. प्रतीक, तुला काही बोलायचं आहे का? Sorry.
Yeah, you covered almost.
Okay. Such an effort to reach more any kind of technique to scale up. Yes, Nagendra Kumar has asked this question. So scaling up would require standardization, which is thoda difficult. We don't know how to do that because cement comes in a bag, steel comes with its standard values, but mud doesn't come with standard values. So it is a difficult thing to scale up when such a material is to be dealt with. So that is why I say that we have to spend a lot with the client, with the site, with the context, because every time we are thrown with a new material almost. With every mud, there is something new that we learn. With every cow dung, with every lime, there is something new that we learn. With every wood, there is something new that we learn. So there are many elements which are not standard here. So scaling up that way for us is a challenge, but we've never thought in that direction as of now.
या ठिकाणी जरा मी 1-2 मिनिटं बोलतो.
Yes, sir.
स्केलिंग अप हॅज गॉट 3 डायमेन्शन. एक डायमेन्शन असं असतं की मार्केटिंग, म्हणजे यू हॅव गॉट सम स्किल इन वर्किंग. स्किल्स इन मार्केटिंग हा एक वेगळा विषय आहे. 2 नंबरला असं की कुठली कला मोठी कधी होते, जेव्हा तिला राजाश्रय मिळतो. इव्हन लॉरी बेकरांचं काम मोठं कधी झालं की ज्यांना केरळमध्ये गव्हर्नमेंटनी पूर्ण फ्री हँड दिला आणि गव्हर्नमेंटच्या मोठ्या मोठ्या बिल्डिंग त्यांनी बांधल्या. इवन दो देर वर सम फेल्युअर, आय एम नॉट सेइंग फेल्युअर इन ॲब्सोल्यूट सेन्स, पण आता ज्याला मी सर्व्हिसॅबिलिटी क्रायटेरिया म्हणतो ना, फॉर डिफ्लेक्शन, फॉर क्रॅक, अशी बरीच स्ट्रक्चर आम्ही तिकडे बघितली. पण इट वॉज नॉट टर्म्ड ॲज अ फेल्युअर. जसं आता मला तुम्ही विचारत की तुम्ही असं डिझाईन कराल का, तर माझं उत्तर नाही असं येतं, बिकॉज आय फॉलो आयएस कोड आणि आय हॅव टू सर्टिफाय दॅट अँड माय लायसन्स डिपेंड्स ऑन दॅट. सो अल्टिमेटली सर्व्हिसॅबिलिटी क्रायटेरिया जे आहेत ना, ते तुम्हाला एका कल्पना नसेल, ते फ्लाउट होतात. त्यामुळे सर्व्हिसॅबिलिटी क्रायटेरिया अशा घरांसाठी काही वेगळे असणं किंवा गव्हर्नमेंटनी काही वाईड त्याला स्कोप दिला, कारण कुठलीच मोठी कला ही खूप मोठी होत नाही जोपर्यंत त्याला राजाश्रय नाही असं. त्याच्यामुळे तुम्ही जर इंदिरा आवास योजना किंवा नवीन या योजना आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये इफ यू गेट अ अपॉर्च्युनिटी तर दॅट कॅन बी अन अप्रोप्रिएट. अदरवाईज ते कसं ना, मार्केटिंगकडे कठीण आहे असं की, आणि ते एक वेगळं फील्डच आहे मी ज्याच्याविषयी आय कॅनॉट से मच. तर मला
येस, आणि इवन थ्रू इंदिरा आवास योजना द इश्यू इज दॅट मातीत घर बनवायचं असलं तर मग आता सरकार कसं असते की महाराष्ट्राला ह्या वर्षी एवढी करोडो घरं, 5 करोड घरं बांधायचे फॉर एक्झाम्पल. आम्ही पण ऍक्च्युली योजनेबरोबर प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजनेबरोबर क्लोजली काम केलंय आणि करायची इच्छा सुद्धा आहे आता पण. पण कसं होतं की जेव्हा टार्गेट ड्रिव्हन अप्रोच असतो तेव्हा मातीचं कसं असतं, सुरू करायच्या आधीच इतके प्रोसेसेस आहेत, त्याची टेस्टिंग करा, त्याचं हे बघा, त्याच्यात किती सँड कंटेंट आहे ते बघा, आणि इन आफ्टर ऑल हॅव्हिंग अ पार्टिसिपेटरी प्रोसेस विथ द बेनिफिशियरी, इतकी सगळी प्रोसेस ती सरकारच्या धोरणेत बसेल की नाही माहिती नाही मला. सो दॅट इज समथिंग चॅलेंज इन स्केलेबिलिटी ऑल्सो.
पण क्षणभर वेगळा ठेवू. एखादी गोष्ट आवडली की ती वाढावी असताना वाटतं, पण ते तसं ते तेवढं ते सोपं नसतं. जसं आपल्या देऊळगावकरांनी सांगितलं की लॉरी बेकरला महाराष्ट्रात परत जावं लागलं की सच वेटरन पर्सन अँड हॅव्हिंग वंडरफुल एक्सपिरियन्स बिहाइंड, पण तरी सुद्धा ज्याला राजाची इच्छा जोपर्यंत होत नाही ना तोपर्यंत पुढे जात मोठ्या स्केलला नाही जात. आणि सेकंडली राजाश्रयामध्ये मनीड पीपल दुसरा सुद्धा भाग असतो, ते सुलक्षणा वाज सांगितलं की शेवटी ज्या लोकांकडे पैसे दुसऱ्या लेवलला, कारण गरीब बांधतो त्याची झोपडी, त्याला तुम्ही हेल्प करा, तो तुम्हाला काय भोपळे देईल, पेरू देईल, केळ देईल, पण याच्यातनं पुढची पिढी जगू नाही शकत. त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला वेन इट कम्स टू युअर ओन सस्टेनेबिलिटी अल्टिमेटली रिच पीपल आर टू से की ओके वी वॉन्ट टू अडॉप्ट दिस, मगच ते हळूहळू त्याचा प्रसार होतो. तर स्केलिंग एकदम कॉम्प्लेक्स विषय, आपण क्षणभर बाजूला ठेवूया.
मला वाटतं आता थोडं टेक्निकल डिस्कशन चालू झालंय, तर कॅन आय ड्रॉप आउट, दॅट इज वन थिंग. द वन लाइनर विच आय वॉन्टेड टू ऍड इज की ज्या जमिनीबद्दल आपण बोलत होतो किंवा जिथे मी डेव्हलप केलेलं आहे शार्दुली वगैरे, ती पूर्णपणे पड जमीन ज्याला म्हणतात तशी, म्हणजे कुठलाही फार्मर डिस्प्लेस झालेला नाही किंवा असं काहीच नाही, तिथे काहीच नव्हतं. फक्त आता हे जे शहरातले लोक आहेत त्यांना अप्रोच फक्त हे डेव्हलपर्स, हे ग्रेडी डेव्हलपर्स जे आहेत तेच होतात. शार्दुल सारखे लोक त्यांना कळतच नाही. त्यामुळे दिस लँड इज अक्वायर्ड थ्रू अ कॉन्टॅक्ट थ्रू अ डेव्हलपर, आणि त्याच्यामुळे ती जी घेतली तेव्हा ती फार्मर डिस्प्लेस नाही झाला एवढं बघून नक्कीच घेतली होती. आणि तिथे काहीच नव्हतं, तिथे जर उभं केलं इट इज ऑलवेज अ पॉझिटिव्ह थिंग टू माय माइंड. सेकंडली, पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ लोकल टॅलेंट जो आहे ना, त्याच्यात मला एक छोटासा एक्सपिरियन्स नॅरेट करायचा आहे की पहिल्यांदा जेव्हा शार्दुलनी तिथे आर्च बनवली, तिकडे जे मॅसन्स होते सगळे, ते सगळे जमा झाले आणि ते म्हणाले ही आर्च पडणार आहे, तुम्ही काही थापा मारू नका, सिमेंट नाही काही नाही, ही आर्च पडणार. आणि खाली त्याच्या सगळ्या त्या विटा भरून असतं ते ठासून भरलेलं होतं. आणि त्याच्यानंतर ती सुकल्यानंतर ते खालचा सपोर्ट जेव्हा काढला आणि ती आर्च पडली नाही, तेव्हा लोकांनी अक्षरशः त्या टाळ्या वाजवल्या. आता ते काय म्हणाले नंतर की हो, हे आम्ही सगळीकडे इतर ठिकाणी पण वापरणार. सो हे कल्चर एक दिवसात होऊच शकत नाही. जसा इतर आपण काही सामाजिक जागृती म्हणतो किंवा काही म्हणतो, हे एक दिवसात होणारी गोष्ट नाही. पण कोणीच जर केलं नाही तर कधीच होणार नाही. आपल्याला आपलं डोकं फोडून घ्यायचं असेल तर फोडून घ्या, परंतु जर का आपण हे केलं नाही तर सगळ्यांचंच डोकं फुटणार आहे. तर ऑन दिस नोट आय वुड लाईक टू लीव्ह. थँक्यू शार्दुल, थँक्यू प्रतीक, थँक्यू विनीता अँड जयंत. बाय.
बाय बाय.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is, can we build these structures on larger scale? If we have factories or any such structures, can we build? Yes, so we definitely can build them on larger scale. Aditi Chaudhary. स्पॅन इश्यू असला तर आतापर्यंत आम्ही तरी क्लिअर स्पॅन 15-14 आय थिंक 16 फूट पर्यंत वी हॅव अचीव्ड, बट आय एम शुअर देर आर वेज इन विच लार्जर स्पॅन कॅन बी अचीव्ड. बट हॅव्हिंग सेड दॅट, these technologies were designed for shorter spans, आणि that is why they are the most cost effective in shorter spans. पण जेव्हा आपण वाढवायला जातो, म्हणजे त्याला थोडं पुश करायला जातो टेक्नॉलॉजीला, तेव्हा त्याची कॉस्ट वाढते. आणि दॅट इज द प्रो अँड कॉन, लाईक अ बॅलन्स काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग दॅट वी डू. But yes, definitely for modern buildings we can use this technology. If not being a purist and working on it like a purist, but at least hybridly तरी आपण करू शकतो definitely. प्रतीक, तुला काही ऍड करायचंय का?
No, I think for this scalability and everything, even Jayant sir is an expert about it, like how the material. But we had this discussion about how we can actually test the limit of these particular technologies.
डेफिनेटली मला काय वाटलं की मी तुम्हाला ते ऍड करायला सांगितलं की बाबा यू रिअली ऍड रिसर्च टू इट. आणि रिसर्च मधला महत्वाचा मुद्दा असतो डॉक्युमेंटेशन आणि त्यातनं स्टॅटिस्टिकल कॅल्क्युलेशन आणि एंड. आता हे बोरिंग काम आहे, म्हणजे क्रिएटिव्ह माइंडला एकदमच बोरिंग आहे. परंतु हे केलं ना तर त्याचा जास्ती प्रसार होऊ शकतो, नाहीतर ते थोडंसं धडपडत पुढे जातं असं होतं. त्यामुळे ते कसा रिसर्च करावा याच्यासाठी आपण वी कॅन हॅव वन मीटिंग आणि काय काय डॉक्युमेंटेशन करत राहावं. सो इट बिकम मोर अँड मोर युजफुल टू अदर्स. एस्पेशली तुमच्याकडे बरेच आर्किटेक्चर स्टुडंट येतात, तुमच्याकडे आर्किटेक्चर कॉलेजेस येतात, तर त्याच्यामध्ये काही विषय हे रिसर्च सब्जेक्ट म्हणून घेता येऊ शकतात का असं बघू शकतात. थोडासा एक प्रॉपर प्लॅन करू याच्यामध्ये. फाईन.
Yes. And yes, so there's one inquiry saying that please provide contacts of such masons in Hyderabad. We do not have. Whenever we work on new projects, we actually hunt for masons in that particular locality, and that is what we do. So I'm sure there are masons near Hyderabad and you will find them. Shivani Kare, as you're building the structure in local materials and technology, do you face negative reviews from clients that water is penetrating from roof, or काही kids घरात येतात, or maintenance काही kids म्हणजे I think she meant किडे घरात येतात, or maintenance issue? How do you deal with such clients? We have, like I said, and also like Regi sir pointed out, we have almost 3 or 4 discussions initially with the client, where we tell the client that you should be expecting, at least in the first year, some failures. You should be expecting insects to come in your home. You should be expecting maintenance issue at least in the first 2 years. त्याच्यानंतर either you will get used to it, or we will improvise on that, because nature is different everywhere, technologies we use are different everywhere, and everything is different in every project. So this is not a technology where you are building a silo in which you are living and eliminating nature. Because this is clarified in the initial meeting only, later on we don't get complaint ke, leaking or no leakage hota hai in some projects. It has happened, and the attitude towards it is, let's resolve the problem. We try that the structural stability or the structure is not compromised anywhere. There is no danger to the person living in it, and we till now, majority of our structures we have built which don't have leakage, though wherever there is leakage we have repaired most of them. And because it's Mangalore tiles, it's very easy to repair also. And there are insects and everything do come, and the house does have maintenance, though we have tried to minimize maintenance in many homes, but it is not matlab, completely zero maintenance you can't build probably with this kind of a technology.
2 मिनिटं मी जरा डेव्हिएशन सांगतो. आम्ही मला वाटतं 12-14 वर्षापूर्वी इंटिरियर ट्रेंड्स नावाचा वर्कशॉप केला होता, फिजिकल वर्कशॉप. त्याच्यामध्ये इफ आय रिमेंबर राईट समीरा राठोड आलेल्या होत्या, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये त्याने खूप सुंदर स्कायलाइट आणि असं काय काय दाखवलं. तेव्हा एका पार्टिसिपंटने विचारलं की इकडे लिकेज असतं किंवा पाणी येण्याचा प्रॉब्लेम होत नाही का. तर तिने असं उत्तर दिलं की इकडे कायम होतो, शेवटी वी मेड इट अ फीचर, आणि तिकडे एक वॉटर बॉडी बनवली, आणि वरनं येणारं पाणी हे एक नॅचरल पार्ट आहे, असं आम्ही शेवटी तयार केलं. असं पण करावं लागतं की काही काही गोष्टींना सोल्युशन नाही, बट इफ यू लाईक इट देन यू डिसाइड टू लिव्ह विथ इट.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and you kind of make it a lifestyle rather than complain about it many times. That please throw some light on plumbing and drainage system. Yes, this is also a very good question, because these two systems are fairly modern, though some sort of plumbing existed in the traditional Indian homes as well. पण आता बघायला गेलं तर it is very modern as a phenomenon, especially the electrical systems that we are talking about. So these are to be planned as per the client's requirements. Many times we have clients who say we don't want any plumbing in the house, we don't want any drainage in the house, we don't want any electricity in the house also. So असेही clients आहेत, and otherwise though that's a minority, we do get clients who want electricity definitely, plumbing definitely. So तेव्हा modern materials मध्येच जावं लागतं, आणि तेव्हा हे अवॉइड करू शकत नाही. आणि at max what we can do is something like dry toilets, which we have done in one project, which conserves as much as water as possible, or composting soak pits, which convert the waste into compost, or grey water recharge systems we can do. So as much as possible in these systems we try to minimize, and we definitely try to minimize the electricity usage. So that is. प्रतीक, तुला काही ऍड करायचं आहे का? Hello.
Not about plumbing, but there is also another question which came right now. Is any likelihood of a termite challenges,
Yes.
which we were talking about? Yeah. So as an architect, we are also just few days back. We have a group of architects who are doing natural material practice, and we had this one topic, like how to deal with the kind of a biodiversity which we get into the natural homes. And it was a very nice discussion happened towards all this termite challenge, the fungus challenge, the rodents challenge, which we get, the natural house get. And basically we try to come up with a lot of ideas, solution, as well as the kind of philosophies also around it. And whenever you are building any kind of a natural home, it is tend to the moment you are not occupying that particular home, it is tend to go back to the nature, and this is something part and parcel of this particular practice. So till now we have not faced any termite challenge, but we know in the future our structures might face those, and we are also dealing it with a lot of talking to many experts and also villagers who has like a lot of techniques to deal with the termites. For example, whenever you are digging the trench, we just burn those trenches, so there won't be any kind of a matter will be there which will attract termite. And then also there are the termite protection bands and everything. All these techniques are there, but it is very technical. But also to understand the kind of a biodiversity we have around, because there are many ways. If you have a very healthy surrounding around your house, then termite will not get attracted to your house, but because they have a food outside. So that is another good discussion which came into that particular forum. And so we have to find out ways, like there is no one particular way to deal with the termite, but we also need to find out dealing with it with the climate, with the local knowledge which we have.
Pratik, can I say something here, please?
Yeah.
There was a question from Vivek Apte and Alok Apte. What is the future of vernacular architecture? And before you answer this, we have already told all our audience today that there is a very delicious promise of organizing a tour where they'll get a chance not only to work on your project, they'll have their hands full of mud, and then we'll stay there and have a nice meal and a bonfire. So we are all creating these beautiful imageries. So I want your okay for this. Whenever it is possible.
We are completely okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we can plan it out accordingly. And we will have this kind of a session for sure.
Wonderful. So Alok
Everybody
have asked this question. I'm not sure what they exactly mean, but maybe you can give your views on it. What is the future of vernacular architecture?
Yeah, Shardul.
नाही, आता तुम्ही दोघे जण जो मुद्दा सांगत होता टर्माइटचा, तर इफ यू रिमेंबर आपलं जेव्हा डिस्कशन चालू होतं तेव्हा पांडेजी होते त्या डिस्कशन मध्ये. तर काय टेक्नॉलॉजी हॅज ऍडव्हान्स इन वन पर्टिक्युलर वे. ओके, अतुल देऊळगावकरनी पण हा तुम्हाला मुद्दा सांगितला की तुम्ही हे सगळं वैज्ञानिक पद्धतीने करायची आवश्यकता आहे. म्हणजे काय की सगळ्याची प्रॉपर रेकॉर्ड ठेवून त्यातनं कन्क्लुजनला येणं. अँटी टर्माइट ट्रीटमेंट ही एका मार्गाने पुढे गेलेली आहे, आणि विलेज आर्किटेक्चर किंवा विलेज नॉलेज किंवा विलेज काय म्हणतात त्याला इंटलेक्ट आहे, दॅट वे इट हॅड अ लिमिटेशन अँड इट हॅज स्टॉप्ड ॲट वन पॉइंट. ही तुम्ही एक भूमिका लक्षात घ्या. म्हणजे असं तुम्ही करता आहात त्याच्यामध्ये काही निश्चित चांगल्या गोष्टी आहेत, पण त्याचं सोल्युशन विलेजमध्ये रिसर्च करण्याच्या ऐवजी तसं तर मेडिसिन मध्ये झालं ना, की समजा आपण याच्या पुढे काय करायचं, आयुर्वेदात रिसर्च करायचा का, समजा होमिओपॅथीमध्ये करायचा का बायोकेमिस्ट्रीत करायचा, तर त्याचं उत्तर बायोकेमिस्ट्री असायचं. कारण त्याच्यात असं असतं की ज्याच्यामध्ये हे अल्टिमेटली सगळ्या लोकांना उपयोगी होईल का, आणि अल्टिमेटली असं युजर फ्रेंडली सोल्युशन काय आहे. मग हे आधीच पॉप्युलर, हे समजा खूप सुंदर होतं, मग आधीच पॉप्युलर कसं नाही झालं, तर त्याच्यामधल्या काही डिफिकल्टीज आहेत. आणि आता ते पॉप्युलर कुठे आणि कसं आहे, तर त्याच्यामधल्या काही समजा गुड पॉईंट किंवा चार्म्स आहेत. पण ते मोठ्या प्रमाणात वाढवायचं म्हटलं तर तुम्हाला नॅचरली यू हॅव टू गो सिस्टमॅटिकली. एक डिस्कशन आपण अतुल देऊळगावकरांकडे बरोबर करू की ते ज्याला वैज्ञानिक पद्धत म्हणतात म्हणजे काय, आणि या कुठल्याही गोष्टीकडे बघायची वैज्ञानिक पद्धत म्हणजे काय. तर अल्टिमेटली ते पॉप्युलर कधी होईल, जर ते चीप असेल आणि लोकांना इझी झालं तर. म्हणजे हा विषय आपण बोललो होतो की इट कॅन बी गुड मार्केटिंग ऑर इट ऑटोमॅटिकली गेट पॉप्युलर. त्याच्यामध्ये काही, त्याच्यामध्ये गुड मार्केटिंग म्हणजे सिमेंट कसं पॉप्युलर झालं, व्हेरी सिरियस एफर्ट बाय सिमेंट कंपनीज ॲट दॅट टाइम. आज कसं पॉप्युलर आहे, तर व्हेरी सिरियस एफर्ट अँड मनी पोर्ड फ्रॉम द कंपनीज. त्यामुळे त्यांच्या कॉम्पिटिशन मध्ये आपण राहू का, इफ इट इज कम्पॅरेटिव्हली इझी टू बिल्ड अँड आता सस्टेनेबल आपण डेफिनेशन काही करू, पण जो माणूस राहतो ना त्याला त्याची म्हणून एक कल्पना असते सस्टेनेबिलिटी. तर त्याच्यामुळे आपण या ठिकाणी वी शुड ऑल्सो इन्व्हॉल्व अतुल देऊळगावकर नेक्स्ट टाइम जेव्हा आपण एक लॉंग प्लॅन करू किंवा आपण काय करावं हे पॉप्युलराइज करणं, स्केल अप करायचं किंवा याचा स्प्रेड व्हावा, तर त्याची त्यांच्याही कल्पना किंवा त्या मार्केटिंगमध्ये इव्हन आय एम नॉट गुड इन मार्केटिंग, पण एस्पेशली आय एम फॉर अ सायंटिफिक अप्रोच फॉर डुईंग एनी वर्क अँड डॉक्युमेंटेशन. तर हा विषय आपण त्यांच्यावरती घेऊ पुढे. म्हणजे त्यांचं थोडंसं काय म्हणतात त्याला पूर्ण सहानुभूतीपूर्वक दृष्टिकोन त्यांचा आहे. जसं आता सुलक्षणाचा एक्झॅक्टली उलटा दृष्टिकोन होता, परंतु त्यांचा पूर्ण सहानुभूतीपूर्वक दृष्टिकोन आहे. त्याच्यामुळे त्यांच्याबरोबर आपण या विषयावरती पुढे जाऊ शकतो. इव्हन पांडेजी सुद्धा ही हॅज अ डेफिनेट वे ऑफ थिंकिंग. त्यामुळे इट्स अ मिक्स ऑफ ease of working, popularity, and second is the marketing. As a combination of that. Okay, then let us go ahead.
Yes.
पुढे काय आहे?
Yes,
now last
question आहे. घे हरी.
What kind of maintenance is required for the material used for wall? Shardul, you want to answer this? Like which walls, first of all, that it is a very specific, it has to be a very specific question.
Yeah, because प्रत्येक project मध्ये walling system फार वेगळी आहे. We have used cob somewhere, we have used wattle and daub somewhere, we have used brick with mud mortar somewhere. This is the core material. On top of that, the plaster is so varied. We have used hand applied plaster, we have used trowel applied plaster, we have used lime wash somewhere, we have used lime plaster somewhere. तर अगेन मेंटेनन्सचा रेंज खूप जास्त आहे. म्हणजे यू कॅन रेंज फ्रॉम लिंपण, म्हणजे यू वॉन्टिंग टू डू वन कोट, हँडमेड coat every year, that is the highest maintenance that we have, to you wouldn't have to do anything for at least 15 years kind of maintenance. So that's the range that we have, and everything that falls in between this 1 year to 15 year range, that is something that we have as far as maintenance goes. Another question which was asked was, what is the future of vernacular architecture? I don't know. I'm not even sure that I call this as vernacular architecture. Future of natural materials in building, again, I don't know whether they will work or no. It needs a lifestyle shift for sure, and lifestyle shift for not only the people who are living in these homes, but everybody, right from who are building, who are designing, who are appreciating. Everybody needs to view these structures through a very different lifestyle. That is what is needed, and that is when things will move in this direction, if they have to move. We don't know whether they will or not. And whether they should or no also is a question. I feel they should, but that's a personal opinion. So yeah, I will end at that. Pratik, तुला काय add करायचं आहे का?
No. Even I don't know what is the future of vernacular architecture actually, as Shardul said. But yeah, I think we are done with all the questions now.
सर प्रश्न तर झालेत. आता काय करायचं?
आता सगळ्यांचे प्रश्न झाले, गप्पा झाले. त्याच्यामध्ये मला काय वाटलं की आपली काही चर्चा झाली ना, त्यातले काही एक टेक अवे पॉइंट फॉर अस असं आपण एक समरी करू. त्याच्यामध्ये स्पेशली स्केलिंग अप असा विषय होता,